over the updates for the prior Thundercloud Gemma build that I had posted. I pushed this to level 95 and I started pushing some gear upgrades, and I came across a few updates from the prior build that will help both the budget version and the expensive version of the build. I'm still just using a Spring Resurrection. I just bought a corroded version. I did end up picking up a Mistaken Authority. I missed on my corruption, but that's fine. Some things I have found out. The Frozen Lightning Ring is not working at all. It is, which is why you can't find it on trade, because they've disabled it and basically removed it from being tradable. So the changes that I made prior to what I posted are that I am recommending using a cluster of Dark Cloud's Ring. For this, I highly recommend that you get one that has a 6% chance to gain focus blessings, because this is pretty much what we're getting out of the ring, is just the lightning damage and the extra focus chance. And the reason why we need this focus blessing chance now is because we are no longer using grace boots. We are using boots of Synthfire. For our build, we are keeping 100% uptime with Ignite. So these boots are a huge DPS boost, and the non-corroded versions of these you can find for just about 1 FE for the ones that are either giving you 39 to 40% additional damage. For me, again, same thing as I was recommending before, upgrades on Marksman's Bracers if you have them. For the necklace, I do recommend that you craft both base bleed damage and base wilt damage on your necklace, so that you can fully take advantage of dirty tricks. With this, without the base wilt damage on your necklace, you are unable to maintain 100% uptime on wilt. But with this on here, you'll see with just Thundercloud alone, if I'm holding Thundercloud, you'll see I'm maintaining bleed, I'm maintaining wilt, and I'm maintaining shock. The shock is being maintained because we don't have 100% full conversion. But if we did, then we would be getting our shock from Frigid Transmission normally. But as you can see here, with the amount of uptime I have, the Ignite debuff will basically stay on permanently just from the resets on Frigid Transmission. You'll see here, even with the necklace that I have on, we're pulling, what, 60, 65 something mil DPS here. And this is using, again, I pulled my necklace off and I moved it over to my other character. But just the necklace we have here is literally just base bleed and base wilt. So between the two of these is where we're basically getting 14% more damage because of dirty tricks. For the helmet, we're just using Hecate still. And then my chest is just res and life, basically. So for the budget build, my recommendation is still going to be using the shield. Instead of the Restless Glacier, you'll be running the Elemental Envoy. And then for the helmet, I do not know if I actually have a normal helmet that I can just put on here. Let me see if I do. So we can show the updated DPS test with the new stuff. Oh, I do have my old helmet back. Okay, I forgot I moved it back. I took it off. So, let's make sure nothing accidentally got disabled in here. It did not. So we can show the updated damage again here with the budget version of the build that you can see here. Again, these will be, you know, let me actually, I have a non-corroded version of these, I think. Okay, let's put on this non-corroded stuff because I want to make sure you guys are getting a proper budget test here that doesn't have any thing. You're going to see the res is a little bit low on these, just because of the fact that I don't have res crafted on my necklace. You would have res crafted on your necklace here to cover the difference from what I'm wearing versus not. Okay, this should be a pretty good test for what you can get budget wise. And this is still just going to be with Thundercloud. You'll see for the same build, still getting 30 million for, you know, under 20 FE for the Thundercloud itself. Things do change a little bit with Sparkle now. It turns out the damage that we were getting with Sparkle was a bug. I guess the Sparkle itself was jumping when it's not supposed to, or jumping on a single target when it's not supposed to be, or when it wasn't supposed to be. So for that, the way that you end up having to use this on bosses now, if you're trying to maximize damage, is you will want to throw this from range, basically, because you want the Sparkle to stop on top of the mob, basically, in order to maximize damage. Which does make it a little bit more awkward in terms of what you're doing or how you're having to play the skill. There's a little bit more movement and mobility involved with it. And then you are going to see the damage kind of dropped off pretty significantly compared to what we were getting before, just because of the changes. I think possibly just standing here and just foregoing the extra ignite and other things is probably going to be better now, but you are going to see a little bit of a DPS drop from what you were seeing before. So it is a little bit harder to use. Luckily, you can get a decent amount of damage with just the Thundercloud alone, so you don't really have to make any too many adjustments, and there's pretty much the only boss that you'll end up wanting to make the swap for is Traveler. So, other than that, the upgrade path I recommended before is still the same. You know, get the very cheap upgrade uniques first that are going to give you additional damage. Make sure if you are going to use Boots of Syndfire, you are using the Dark Cloud's Ring at the same time as well, because the focus blessings on are really important to get on bosses, and if you don't have this ring, then you won't be able to maintain your focus blessings on bossing or single target stuff. Thanks for that. I probably won't be updating this build any further. I've moved on to playing a charge calling moto, and I'll get a build posted for that here soon. If you have any questions about the build, feel free to post them down below and let me know, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see updates on future builds. See you in the next one.